Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to Scottish Rugby TV, coming to you live tonight from Broadwood Stadium, Cumbernauld. And you join us as Scotland women's captain Lisa Martin emerges from the Scotland women's changing room, makes the short trip down the tunnel, and she's about to head out into another Dreek Cumbernauld night as Scotland women take to the field. Scotland women to play France women, the game kicking off at 6 o'clock UK time in just 4 minutes time. And as I say, it's I'm afraid raining a wee bit heavily at the minute. I'm joined tonight in the co-summariser seat, or even the summariser seat, by Mary Grieve. Mary is a member of the BT Sport Scottish Rugby Academy in Edinburgh, and last year at this time Mary was part of the Scotland women's Six Nations squad, winning 6 caps. Mary, great to have you with us tonight. Tell us a wee bit about the surface once we've heard the adverbs.
First of all, for France. Thank you very much for letting me know. Flag of Scotland. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you once again to the Bordcall and Gaffney Band for giving us the pre-match.
Mary, this surface at Cumbernauld, how do you think it'll play tonight?
So they're playing in an artificial turf tonight, so we expecting a fast game. There's no chance of mud to slow up game at all. And in the rain, it's probably going to help. The ball will get a little bit slippery, but the ground won't. So yeah, it should make for a fast game.
Thanks, Mary. That's the Bogcall and Bathgate Pipe Band just finishing off the musical hors d'oeuvre. And there's a wee huddle from the Scotland women's squad. A chance of a new cap off the bench tonight. Helen Nelson, the Murrayfield Wanderers scrum half, could be making her debut. What do you know about Helen, Mary?
So I've played with Helen a bit at Edinburgh Uni. She actually plays fly half or centre, although she's in the number 21 shirt. So it'll be interesting to see. She brings quite a good running game. So
grand. The referee tonight is from Ireland, Helen O'Reilly, and our touch judges, or as I'm supposed to call them these days, assistant referees, are Alex Pratt and Kelly Mitchell. So we're just about ready to go. That's the French head coach, Jean-Michel Gonzalez, who with a nose like that could only have played in the front row. So here we go then. Scotland women looking for their first victory in this season's Six Nations. France women already having won 2 of their 3 games. And it's Scotland with a receipt of kick-off. And it's Lisa Thomson from the borders taking the ball in. And it's Lana Skeldon in the scrum cap, making her way up towards the 10-metre line. Jenny Maxwell feeds, taken on by Sarah Law. Sarah Law seeking a bit of support from Heather Lockhart. It's Heather's 81st cap tonight. Maxwell feeds out again. Scotland looking to bring a bit with the ball, and immediately a break. That's Lisa Thomson crashing up to the halfway line. Maxwell digs for the ball. Scotland onto the narrow side, taken on by Jemma Forsyth from the Hillhead Jordanhill club. Maxwell retrieves the ball. Good fast start from the Scots here into the French territory, not committing too many to the breakdown. Sarah Law feeds out. That's Heather Lockhart. Maxwell again. Bit of width. Big hit from French standoff Camille Limar. And it's now taken on by the French back row. That was Julie Annery. Kick ahead, back scurries Sarah Law. Ball bouncing under pressure from the French right winger, Coralie Bertrand. Bertrand had her head in her hands there, but a lively enough start from Scotland there, Mary.
Yeah, that was a great break by Scotland from Lisa Thomson there. She's carried well for the last few games and she's just shown it. Unfortunately, just losing the ball in a tackle, but yeah, a really good start by Scotland.
That was some tackle too from Camille Limar, the Stade Toulousain standoff. Club halfback pairing for the French women, Camille Limar and Laure Sansus. Anyway, Scotland have the opportunity to drop out and looking for a bit of territory, and that's a reasonable return, I would say. A line out 5 metres inside their own half. Chloe Rollie with the drop out there. So what can we expect in the line out? Who are the players to look out for in the line out, Mary?
So from Scotland's perspective, we're probably looking for Emma Wassell and Deborah McCormack will be jumping. So we'll wait and see if they go up here.
France opting for a throw to the front, trying to get the old driving maul going. It's fractured a wee bit. Scotland's fringe defence is good. Referee decreeing a penalty advantage being played as Julie Annery picks up for the French. An inevitably diminutive scrum half, but the ball goes loose, and we have a penalty presumably for interference on that driving maul. Side entry, says referee O'Reilly from Ireland. So I guess the French will probably look for territory here. What do you think, Mary?
Yeah, expect they'll kick it to touch and probably drive it again. They're quite known for their driving maul.
Yeah. So Imar doesn't really make a lot of territory there. Probably 10 metres or so. Yeah, there was a wee side entry there from Karen Dunbar. So Mignot, the French captain, to throw in. A wee probe round the narrow side attempted by Safi Andai. Scotland again getting numbers there, preventing any momentum. Sansus digs, taken on initially by Pauline Rassac. Jade Conkle first up in the tackle. Inside ball to Lucille Godiveau. France not really making any headway so far. He's Andai. Inside pass to Ménager. Ball gone forward. Referee playing an advantage. Scotland looking for some quick ball here. Maxwell feeds to Lana Skeldon onto her right foot. Skeldon, who we've seen kicking. That ball could, I was going to say it could have been useful for Megan Gaffney to chase, but in any event, a line out just inside French territory. Good defence from Scotland there, Mary.
Yeah, Scotland have been up really quickly and they've stopped the French really gaining any ground at all, and all that pressure there is just forced to knock on, and we've gained a bit of territory. So
Lana Skeldon's got a bit of footballing background, hasn't she? I think she's involved at Hearts at one point.
Yeah, I think so.
She's another member of the BT Sports Scottish Rugby Academy. So France win that line out. And attacking in midfield through Poublin from Montpellier. But I think France penalised for holding on in the tackle there. Good work by Lana Skeldon. Lana, part of a Scottish Schools Cup winning team on 3 occasions, under 15 and under 18 level, with Gala Girls. Back in her youth. She's now playing at Hillhead, Jordanhill. Not finding touch though. They've been a wee bit greedy with the territory, but here's an opportunity to counter. First job first though, win the ball. Here we go. It's Chloe Rollie on the break in the green boots. Ball spills forward though. France thinking about a wee counter attack through her opposite number, Julie Beale. Ball goes forward. And we'll have a scrum French put in. One of the facets of the England game that I thought was impressive, Mary, was the Scotland women's scrummage. An area they've been working hard on, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. Just in the last year, with the help of Shade now being as the head coach, they've definitely developed to have quite a strong scrum, and especially on this turf, they can keep their footing.
That's a good point, actually. Just a quality surface, because you always want a solid platform, don't you? So, Heather Lockhart on this side. Bit of semaphore from the referee, who knows what that was about. A pick up from Andai, but it's built forward. Scotland looking to go on the narrow side. Bundled into touch there was Rhona Lloyd, student at Edinburgh University, plays for the Murrayfield Wanderers club. That was Jemma Forsyth getting in and disrupting that pick up from Andai. It'd be great to see Rhona Lloyd in space, wouldn't it? She's quite a thoroughbred when it comes to the old sprinter.
No, she's very dangerous with open space, so it'd be great to see her up against these French wingers, and yeah, a battle of speed there.
Welcome if you've just joined us. We've played coming up to 7.5 minutes here at Broadwood Stadium, Cumbernauld. Pointless at the moment. Scotland with a scrum pick up through Jade Conkle. Conkle does well, burrows out of that tackle. Jenny Maxwell runs a wee bit lateral. Sarah Law, wide pass. It's picked up in midfield by Poublin, the French inside centre. Kick ahead. Megan Gaffney scurrying back. Gaffney down on the ball. And referee ruling a knock on there, which is probably just as well. That was a shame, Mary, because Jade Conkle had done well to tidy up after the scrum had kind of fractured a wee bit. But the pass from Sarah Law, maybe a wee bit over ambitious in the conditions.
Yeah, so Jade did really well. They were under pressure and she managed to get it away, but the French defence had just pushed up there and Sarah just didn't have the space to get that pass.
That was a nice improvised kick ahead from Poublin, Elodie Poublin, the Montpellier centre. And Scotland scurrying back, but you notice the wee knock on there. And French coach keeping a close eye, and an equally close eye from the Scottish medic. That's a nice behind the ear camera shot, eh? Here we go then. Jenny Maxwell, scrum half from Lichfield Rugby Club, feeds, and that was a good pick up, making a bit territory from Jade Conkle. Unfortunately, Scotland overrunning though. And
yeah.
if ever the maxim about do the basics well, keep it simple, sure applies when it's a wet ball, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Just in these conditions, there's no point trying to throw that big pass and just trying to keep it on with the forwards there.
So, we've had a few scrums in these opening 10 minutes or so. Scotland women, as I say, were strong in that area. There's Heather Lockhart, 81st cap tonight for Heather. Real stalwart, a tennis coach, and comes from a true sporting pedigree. Not often you see resets in the women's game, is it?
No, you don't actually. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe just not happy with it, the referee, but it's not an area I know particularly well.
Now, Mary, you're doing yourself a disservice. I'm sure as a scrum half you have a wee look every so often and Give a few encouraging words, eh?
Yeah, learn how to put the ball in squint.
I think what Mary means there, just in case we've got any referees listening, is learn how to put the ball in. Never mind the squint bit. Yeah, we'll just leave that. Spoke like a true scrum half, Mary. Don't know what was going on there with French scrum half.
No.
Laure Sansus, she got a wee bit excitable there. Let's try again with a scrum. Lindsey Thomson on the far side from our camera position. Scotland women's tight head from Hillhead, Jordanhill. She's part of the Glasgow Warriors community team, doing good work with the Warriors in their area. French getting a bit of a nudge on there. Into the backs it goes. Taken on by Godiveau. Lisa Martin rolling out the road. Good low chop there from Karen Dunbar. And that's perfectly valid. Jade Conkle through in the scrum half. Don't think she released in that tackle. Referee didn't seem to pick up on that. Taken on now by Julie Anari. Ball kind of squirting out there. Here's Ondayi, the experienced number 8. Out it goes wide to Coralie Bertrand. Bertrand, a famous name in French rugby. That's another terrific tackle. Debbie McCormack on the tackle there. Referee saying Scotland not rolling away after the tackle. And it's a penalty to France, and the second penalty opportunity within kind of the danger zone, if you like. And it's scrum half Laure Sansus opting for territory once more. Scotland really need to be vigilant in defence here, Mary.
Yeah, I suspect again they're in this position. France are going to drive it, so just important to try and get a strong platform from Scotland and trying to stop them driving them over the line now.
That was some tackle from Deb McCormack. Plays at the Richmond club, qualifies through Scottish grandparents for Scotland. Line out throw, didn't look very straight. And again, Scotland disrupting. First offence, and it's a scrum to Scotland. That's good work at close range by Scotland. As you say, danger of, from close range, France getting organised in a driving maul, but Scotland disrupting round the fringes very quickly. Mary.
Yeah, the French didn't even have the chance to drive it there. They were straight down to ground, and I think that was Emma Wassell in the tackle there. So it's just important now for Scotland to try and clear their lines.
It was a big right boot getting through from Emma. Jenny Maxwell feeds, nice quick strike, and Scotland win the penalty. I think that's for driving up.
Yeah.
Interesting signal for driving up, but hey ho. It was a good strike by Lana, though, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was straight to the back. Just
good channel 1 ball. So Lisa Martin, known to her pals as Shorty, hoofs the ball upfield, doesn't find touch, caught by Bertrand, feeds inside to fullback Julie Beals. Now, an opportunity to counter. Lisa Martin instead opting for territory. There's pace coming, and it's a line being formed. That's a good chase. Going to make the tackle here, though. And again, good tackle by Megan Gaffney, but danger. Scotland defending, though. That was good work by open side Karen Dunbar, and that tackle really had to be made, Mary, didn't it?
yeah. So Scotland had a good line break, good chase there, but unfortunately no one made the hit. But Karen's come in and cleared them into touch, so relieved a bit of pressure.
Karen Dunbar plays for the RHC Cougars Club in Edinburgh, a student at Edinburgh University.
Yeah, she's in her final year of a PhD at Edinburgh University on cancer research at the moment.
Wow. So, bright and brave at the same time.
Yeah.
Lana Skeldon throws in. It's won by Emma Wassell. Ball given a bit of movement to Lisa Thomson. Here we go, here's Chloe Rollie in the line. Rollie feeds Rhona Lloyd. Rhona Lloyd beats one tackle, takes the contact, comes in field, sensible play, didn't flirt with the touchline. Jenny Maxwell feeds onto Jemma Forsyth. Forsyth looking to set up a phase possession here. Maxwell has to step. Picked up by Sarah Law, close to her bootlaces. Just the conditions playing a part there. Lindsey Smith cleans out. Karen Dunbar feeds. Taken on across the 10-metre line. Ball forthcoming. Here's Jenny Maxwell again. Maxwell to Karen Dunbar. Dunbar maybe just a wee bit upright going into contact there and snaffled by her opposite number. Scotland lose 2 or 3 metres. Here's Sarah Law again. Jade Conkle bashes forward. Unfortunate. Scotland penalised for holding on in the tackle. The referee seems to be quite hot in that area. Good to see Rhona Lloyd getting an early pass and making a wee bit territory there.
Yeah, it's really good to see the Scotland backs just getting it out wide. Just simple hands there, and saw how we got on the outside of the defence.
We've played 16 minutes here at Broadwood Stadium in Cumbernauld, and rather like the opening match of the Six Nations Championship for Scotland women. It's eeksy peeksy in the first quarter. Scotland haven't really had many chances within the French 22 so far, but they've been very combative at breakdown, would you say, Mary?
Yeah, the Scotland defence is holding up really well. They're stopping the French getting the ball out to their fast wingers. So
yeah, there's not really been any fastball so far for the French, has there?
No, I think Scotland are definitely disrupting at the breakdown. You saw before Jade Conkle was straight off the line and in on the scrum half, so stopping the ball there.
That's Lisa Thomson from the replay. Lisa Martin, Chloe Rollie, and there's Rhona Lloyd going around her opposite number. Had the ball in the correct hand, ready for the handoff. She actually lost her foot in there a wee bit just before she came up against the fullback. But encouraging signs for Scotland in the first quarter here at Cumbernauld. Caught in the middle of the line out by Roma Ménager from the Métropole RC Villeneuve's club. Again, Scotland looking to disrupt at breakdown. A wee knock on there. Well, the referee says it went backwards, but that was clearly a knock on. And perhaps we'll have a bit of advantage. Jenny Maxwell feeds out. Lisa Martin. Good hands from Lana Skeldon. Scotland continuing same way attack. Lana involved once more. Good lively stuff from Scotland women. Now that's an interesting one for me, Mary, because if we go back a couple of phases where France knocked on, I'm not sure there was any advantage to Scotland there, and yet we have a French scrum put in.
No, interesting.
Perhaps 7 or 8 metres from where they knocked on originally.
No, the referee hasn't really played advantage there. Scotland had ball, but we didn't really gain any territory. So it's interesting that it's now French scrum.
Okay, so that little quirk from the referee as a feed right into the second row. I'll say that rather than Mary from scrum half Sansus. And a bit of up the jumper from Camille Limar. This could be dangerous. Oh, great tackle. That was superb defence from Lana Skeldon, I think, out wide.
Yeah, that was a great hit from Lana. She's just seen where it's going and she's hit the French player as soon as she's had ball in hand and forced the ball out of her hand into touch.
The key thing for me on that, Mary, was that if Lana hadn't made that tackle, France looked as if they had numbers over.
Yeah, definitely. They had numbers out wide and yeah, effectively Lana stopped that going out, so great hit.
Good quick-witted stuff from Lana again, following up her tackle with a quick throw to Lindsey Smith at the front. That was a lovely pass to Chloe Rollie. Rollie to Rhona Lloyd. Rhona, again, just making sure that she's not going to be cheaply tackled out into touch. Unfortunately, Scotland didn't get numbers to the breakdown and France disrupted, but ball going forward from France, so Scotland will have a scrum put in, but that was, in fact, it was to Jade Conkle at the front. And then there's a grand pass from Lisa Martin there. What a lovely pass from Lisa. Here it is coming up. Chloe Rollie at pace. Rollie to Rhona Lloyd. This time our opposite number, Bertrand, made the tackle. There's Shade Munro, Scotland women's head coach, former Scotland second row himself and part of the Glasgow Warriors coaching team that triumphed in the Guinness Pro 12 on that memorable day in Belfast at the Kingspan Stadium last May. Here we go into the second quarter, and it's Jade Conkle picking up. Conkle brushes past the first tackle. Good body position. Maxwell feeds. It's taken on by Lindsey Smith. That's the French 10-metre line. Maxwell to Sarah Law. Sarah Law finds space over the top of the head of French left winger Dela. Scotland trying to get in. It's a good counter ruck there from Lisa Thomson. France have the ball, but they're perilously close to that touchline. Seeking to possibly exploit the narrow side here. Good interpassing, taking the inside pass. Scotland working to try and secure the turnover. Not quite successful on that occasion. It's all a bit lateral. Good tackle. Who was it making that tackle? That was Lisa Martin. But it's a breakout now from scrum half Sansus. Ball goes forward. That was danger there for Scotland.
Yeah, a great sniper in the ruck there from the 9, but just the last pass not going to hand, or France had a lot of space out wide there, so lucky for Scotland.
Yeah, spilt forward from Julie Beale. So it'll be a scrum put into Scotland, 3 metres inside their own half. As I say, it was at this point in the game against England that Scotland's good work of the opening quarter wasn't maintained. So it's really important that Scotland try and advance, get a bit more territory, and if at all possible, find a scoring opportunity. The rain now thumping down here in South Lanarkshire. Correction, North Lanarkshire, I beg your pardon. That ball went back off Chloe Rollie. Rhona Lloyd guddles as well. Well, there's me saying it went back, but our Irish referee says it went forward. So we'll have a scrum to France on the Scotland 10-metre line. We have a wee stoppage as there's an injury to a Scotland woman player over on the far side. Jade Conkle. Jade's been one of our standout players for the last couple of years, Mary, hasn't she?
Yeah, she carries the ball really well into contact, and she's really strong in defence as well. Just watching for the first 20 minutes, watching her clean ball up at the scrum as well. Scotland have quite often been on the back foot in the last couple of scrums, but she's managed to get away and make yards, which is really important for your 8.
Jade Conkle likes her martial arts. She's another member of the BT Sports Scottish Rugby Academy, and she's originally, I think, from the Inverness area.
Yeah, certainly somewhere up north. I think Inverness.
She's now playing her club rugby at Hillhead, Jordanhill. She's also somebody who's played basketball for Highland Bears, and she's won gold medals in athletics for shot put and discus, so an all-round athlete, brought up in the Black Isle, and as I say, born in Inverness. Jade Conkle, Scotland women's number 8. Ah, good tackle.
Yeah.
Guess who?
Yeah, speaking of
Right
Jade,
on
what a
cue.
great hit. Knocking their scrum half into touch.
Yeah. Laurel Sansus thinking she might have a wee exploration down the narrow side.
Yes, please.
But guess who thought otherwise? Boom. That was good. Rhona Lloyd just keeping alert in case there was a feed to a runner there. Anyway, back to the line out, and it's Lana Skeldon to throw in. Lana, I think it was Emma Wassell, cleared up by Jade Conkle. Scotland securing ball. just inching forward. Karen Dunbar in support there. Lisa Robertson watching. Well, that's really strange for me. I think she's given the penalty for hands in the ruck, but the French player is holding the ball off the ground. Not sure about that. Maybe the initial offence was not releasing in the tackle. Let's see if we can see. Well, we can't if we go away from the replay. Anyway, France. The penalty was to Scotland.
Penalty, yeah.
Right, okay, the referee signalled towards the French there. That's what confused me. So the penalty was to Scotland. All is good with the world, if you forgive the partiality on Scottish Rugby TV. And that was Sarah Law clearing to touch. We've played 25 minutes here. Another quick throw-in. Scotland looking to speed the game up. That's quite interesting.
Yeah, it looks as though they're just trying to get quick ball and get ball out wide. You've seen a couple of times now they're getting it out to the wing and getting it out to the speedy players out there like Rhona, Lloyd and Megan Gaffney. Just unfortunately knocked on there by Jenny Maxwell, so French scrum.
The tight head for France is Patricia Karakaburu, which is easy for me to say not. I'll practice, I promise. Scotland pinged for an early shove. Quick tap penalty. French right winger Bertrand in midfield breaks one tackle, but she's not going past Karen Dunbar. Good hit from the RHC open side. France still spinning the ball wide. Looked like a forward pass from Julie Beale, the fullback, but no matter. The ball trickling into touch. France uncharacteristically lateral for me.
Yeah, they haven't really had any go forward ball at all. They just seem to be, going back and forth, and then Scotland are making big hits and putting the pressure on, and the ball's just not going to hand on that last pass.
Our intrepid trainee producer suggesting that I need a new set of teeth. I'll bear that in mind as I'm practicing Karakarabu. No, I got it wrong again. Karakabura. Yeah, okay. Anyway. 100 lines for me. Must say Patricia Karakabura correctly. Scrum feed. It's Jade Conkle again. Brushes past Laure Sansu. Jenny Maxwell finds Lisa Thomson. Nope, that's rubbish. Finds Jemma Forsyth. Jemma, who works in a bank in Falkirk.
It looks as though France have ball.
But again, good work. Lindsey Smith, I tell you, there's been no kind of sitting back and watching France paint pretty pictures here. As soon as they're on the ball, look at Lindsey Smith. Through she comes, and Laure Sansus is being welcomed to Scotland.
Yeah,
rather vigorously.
She certainly had a few big hits as soon as she's had hands on ball. So Lindsay's done really well there. She's reacted to that turnover and straight onto the scrum half, and Scotland have ball again with a scrum.
Yeah, it would be nice if we could be rewarded with a bit of territory from this, though, Mary. Do you think we're maybe playing a wee bit too much rugby in our own half, or is that a reflection on conditions?
I think it'd be nice to get out of our 22. Yeah, definitely just get the ball up the pitch a bit, and get some territory, then play in France's half, take the pressure off ourselves.
So we're coming up to half an hour here at Broadwood, the home of the Glasgow and West BT Sports Scottish Rugby Academy. Official opening performed yesterday by Scotland's Sports Minister, Jamie Hepburn, who also happens to be the local MSP for Cumbernauld and Kilsyth. And one of the great things about the academy, Mary, is that it's males and females, and you're part of the academy.
Yeah, so it's just started this year, and it's been a great introduction for the women and the men to be involved in a great supportive setup now with BT and with Scottish Rugby.
Interesting there, the Irish referee again penalising the French. That's the second penalty for deliberately popping at that scrum. Now come on, Lisa Martin, Scotland women's captain. Here she goes, onto that right foot. And it's a good touch finder from Lisa. Takes play 3 or 4 metres into the France half. Lisa Robertson there on the tight head for Scotland women, being lofted skywards, but illegally, said the referee. So it's Lana Skeldon to throw into this abbreviated line out for Scotland women. Again, it's Emma Wassell at the front of the line out. An opportunity now for Lindsey Smith. Sorry.
That'll be Lisa Thomson
Lisa
there in
Thomson,
the centre.
I beg your pardon. Lisa Thomson, the teenager in the centre from Hoyk. Unfortunately, Scotland not looking after ball there. Jenny Maxwell a wee bit isolated. Again, looking promising from the line-out ball, and a good break from Lisa Thomson, but just not quite holding on to ball.
Yeah, we're just not really... The first few phases are great, but we're not getting the support in the final few. So they're good over ball there, but just not looking after it. So putting a lot of pressure there on Jenny.
Yeah, just as I say, Scotland women, if they could get a little bit continuity, there's some good things happening in their game. So it's a scrum feed then for Scotland women. And it's Jenny Maxwell to feed. Really clean strike from Lana Skeldon. Conkle on the pickup. Sarah Law on the short ball to Lisa Thomson. Thomson finding space over the halfway line. Lovely offload. It's Rhona Lloyd. Lloyd finds support again. Big tackle by the French back row. But Jenny Maxwell feeds. Taken on by Heather Lockhart. Lockhart finds back row support. Here we go. It's Karen Dunbar. Dunbar. Knocked on, unfortunately. And France have a chance to break here. Lana Skeldon doesn't quite make the tackle. Megan Gaffney also brushed aside as Julie Annery beat 3 tackles there. Karen Dunbar working hard at breakdown. So's Lindsey Smith. It's so slow ball for the French. Karen Dunbar, Jade Conkle played the referee's whistle. Ball was out, said the referee, and Scotland made a real dog's breakfast of that for the French. It's a pick up now from French loosehead Ari Cast, and Jade Conkle. Sorry, in fact, it's Emma Wassell not quite getting out the road there.
Yeah, it's getting quite scrappy there at the breakdown. There's a lot going on.
The mistress of understatement, Mary Grieve, our summariser tonight. Mary played for Scotland women in last season's Six Nations, and she's making her way back from a very serious rotator cuff injury. And our eagle-eyed, intrepid trainee producer pointing out a trip there on Lisa Thomson. This was a powerful break from Julie Annery. So that trip on Lisa Thomson was picked up by the match officials. Well done, the match officials. And as a consequence, Scotland have this penalty just shy of their 10-metre line. Lisa Martin hoofs the ball upfield. Doesn't quite make the French 22. More importantly, doesn't make touch. Scotland have to find territory from here. Jenny Maxwell feeds. It's Chloe Rollie. Rollie. The pass was interrupted. Lowe down on the field, on the floor, trying to clear up. France off their feet. Thank you, referee. I'd suggest, Mary, we just need to find some safe territory from here.
I think so. We just need to get this kick to touch. Really, we can't afford to give the French the ball back.
Yeah. Sarah Law this time.
Yeah,
and that's
a
better.
great kick.
That's the kind of kick that the forwards appreciate, isn't it? There's Heather Lockhart. Emma Wassell.
Yeah.
Moving up to this line out. Barking instructions is Megan Gaffney.
I think that's Jenny Maxwell.
Jenny Maxwell at scrum half and Megan. No, in fact, it's Megan, you're right. Megan's gone kind of over to a wing position, and Jade Conkle's in the scrum half position. There she is. Won by Emma Wassell at the front. Here's Jenny Maxwell moving in. Again, Jemma Forsyth not quite managing to hold their feet, but ball set up. France off their feet once more. Well, if it was a penalty the last time, referee.
Yeah.
All you ask for is consistency, don't you? Lindsey Smith getting a wigging for a deliberate knock on, which, fair enough, that was a penalty, but anyway, let's see what happens. It's just continuity we need, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely around this ruck area. No, the French have definitely off their feet in there, so. And you can just see Lindsey getting frustrated by that, and I imagine the rest of the players are too.
Yep. So, France shortening this line out, just outside the Scotland women 22, and it's their captain Gaël Mignon from Montpellier to throw in. One at the front. Sansus feeds out into midfield, Andayi in midfield. Sansus, real live wire at scrum half, feeds her half-back partner. Good offload from Poublin to Ima. Sansus onto the narrow side. Annery. Annery's been a bit of a go-to player for France this first half. Poublin just working the ball clear. Well, I think Scotland penalised there for side entry. Referee O'Reilly having a word with Lisa Martin, I guess, about the number of penalties.
Yeah, certainly there's been a couple of times in the last few breakdowns that Scotland have been coming in from the side or just looking as if they're offside.
Some interesting characters in the crowd there. Is that panoramics or Asterix? Who knows? Our trainee producer looks a bit more like Obelix for certain viewers of that vintage. Well, did the scrum half have hands on there, Mary?
It looked as if she might have, and then took them back off quite quickly.
Yeah, interesting.
No, it's going to be important here for Scotland to try and stop the French driving this.
It's caught by Forlani, looking ominous. Crashing over in the corner is Julie Annery, but it's off to the TMO. And the TMO tonight is Charles Sampson from Scottish Rugby.
Yeah, I got you, Helen.
Okay, Charles, can you tell me?
Charles is over in the bowels of the truck, the OB truck. So Andayi took on. She was in front of the ball carrier. Was the maul still formed? Interesting. We didn't quite hear what the question was from the referee. I don't think we're going to know much from that angle, other than perhaps the grounding.
It looks as though she's got ball down there, but
yeah, it's just whether the driving maul was still formed, I suppose. So we're back to referee O'Reilly, having come out of the TMO. Back to the TMO. So caught at the front by Forlani. What's your money on here, Mary? What do you think?
I'm not sure if the 7's unbound from the 8 there, but it'll be interesting to see how they perceive it.
Well, it's one of Scotland's finest referees, Charles Sampson, who is the TMO. So let's see what Charles comes up with. He's certainly asked for another look.
Yeah,
but from that picture, is the grounding conclusive? Anyway, back to the referee.
Was in touch from the angles that we have.
Okay, well,
we're not hearing the conversation, unfortunately.
Okay, well, it's not clear and obvious that the ball was grounded, but I can't tell whether
there must be sufficient doubt, given the length of the conversation, or am I just clutching at straws?
With the attacking team, so I can't tell whether it's in touch.
I'm going to award a scrum blue.
No try. I think the dubiety that you flagged about the binding,
Yeah.
perhaps, and also given that it's a French put-in, perhaps they weren't satisfied about grounding. And a good point by our senior executive producer, suggesting that perhaps there was concern about proximity to the touchline as well.
Yeah, they were very close to that left-hand
But
touch.
anyway, that wouldn't explain why it was a scrum. So we'll just leave the senior executive producer with that one.
So Scotland are still under pressure here.
They are. So a big scrum required.
Yeah.
From our front row of Heather Lockhart, Lana Skeldon, and Lisa Robertson.
It looks as if.
Scotland adjudged to have slipped their binding too. In fact, no, it's one of the referee's favourite penalties.
Driving up.
It's driving up. So she has a word with Heather Lockhart. Heather, who's...
Interesting, the French have called for a scrum again.
They have. 2.5 minutes out from half time. I was about to say Heather, who's something of a legal eagle herself. So I think Scotland women would take great heart if they could keep the French out in the remaining couple of minutes before half time.
No, definitely. It's a different mindset going in at half time if
But
you know.
France with a bit of a nudge on here. The ball is at the feet of Andaï, and the referee awards a penalty try, ruling that a try probably would have been scored.
Oh, it look.
Oh, we have an altercation.
No,
Mary, we're not allowed to call that handbags in the women's game.
I'm not
We
sure
have a
who
wee
was involved
altercation.
there, but
no, nor me. But anyway,
the ref's back under the post.
the ref is under the post for a penalty try. France definitely with the advantage at the scrum, advancing, and a penalty try awarded.
Yeah, a lot of French pressure there, and just eventually Scotland couldn't soak up anymore, and
Yeah,
they've gone under the sticks.
Scotland, I'm afraid, disintegrating at that scrum, and I don't think we could have too many quibbles about that decision, Mary.
No, the French just been too strong in that aspect there. There's not a lot we could do.
Yeah. So, an opportunity to convert the penalty try from under the sticks, and it's Laura Dela from the Tarbes club. Tarbes down in the southwest of France, I think. She converts, and that's a pity, because as I say, a lot of encouragement from the first half, but just not quite maintaining continuity possession and being clinical when we got into the French 22.
Yeah, I think it's kind of been the story of this women's season so far. We're having great first, second phase ball, but just maintaining it as we're going out wide, we're struggling a bit. So it's just shown there.
Wouldn't it be nice though if Scotland could do something in the remaining minute of this half? Drop out, restart. Jade Conkle, I'm afraid, not quite able to control the ball. For those of you just joining us on Scottish Rugby TV, you're most welcome. We're at Broadwood Stadium in Cumbernauld in North Lanarkshire, about 12 miles or so from Glasgow, and we're bringing you live coverage of the Women's Six Nations match between Scotland and France. Scotland in their change strip of white.
That's a
Jenny
great
Maxwell.
steal.
Yeah, wasn't it just? Lana needs to go forward. Yeah, a forward pass ruled. So, we're into stoppage time at the break. Scotland women are trailing 7-0. And I think our scoreboard will click into action shortly. Thank you. That was our Deputy Chief Assistant Producer in action there. France feeding. A pick up by Andaï. Sansus. Oh. Go on, put the boot to it. Well, was that in touch? Our assistant referee says it was in touch. It's half-time here at Broadwood. Scotland women trailing France women by 7 points to 0. As I say, some encouraging things in that first half from Scotland women, and very much in contention as they go off at half-time. All to play for in the second half here at Broadwood Stadium in Cumbernauld. We'll be with the action shortly. And welcome back to Broadwood Stadium in Cumbernauld, venue for the first part of tonight's international rugby doubleheader on Scottish Rugby TV. For those of you just joining us, Scotland women trailing their French counterparts 7-0 at half-time, with a penalty try awarded at an advancing close-range scrum just before the interval. Joining me tonight is Mary Grieve. Mary, we were enjoying the run-through of the Scotland men's team for the RBS Six Nations match at BT Murrayfield on Sunday. A couple of changes to the starting lineup. Alex Dunbar recovered and in at centre, and Josh Strauss, his Glasgow Warriors teammate, in the back row. What do you make of Scotland's men's chances for Sunday?
I think they should play well. Watching the games that have been going, they've been getting better each time, so it'll be really interesting to see how they come out up against the French. And the French coming off against Wales, they didn't play the most exciting rugby, so it should be good to see how Scotland can attack them. And the couple of changes they'd made will be really interesting.
Yeah, as you say, I mean, I thought that Ryan Wilson was really effective against Italy, but perhaps Josh Strauss has been brought in the back row just for a wee bit more physical presence against the French.
Yeah, I think he carries ball really well off the back of the scrum, and a big strong ball carrier like he's been for Glasgow. So it'll be interesting to see what he brings in the Scotland shirt, and I think it's his first start for Scotland as well.
Josh Strauss, as we say then, appearing at number 8 in the Scotland men's team, and Alex Dunbar at inside centre. The match at BT Murrayfield kicks off at 3 p.m. on Sunday. So here at Broadwood Stadium in Cumbernauld, what we've got on the pitch at the moment, the Boghall and Bathgate Junior Pipe Band making a very hasty exit over towards the hospitality sweep. And we've got on the field some players from Waysetters Drumpellier, DL Dragons and Hillhead Jordanhill. It's always great to see the mini rugby, isn't it, Mary? Because that's where most people started.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's great just seeing that more and more clubs now are encouraging younger girls to get involved, and it can only be better for the game. Just building on from the World Cup in 2014, the Women's World Cup. I think just rugby's getting bigger and bigger now over here.
We've also, I think, got some children from Auchterarder and Angus, which is terrific. And I'm trying to remember, I think in the Scotland women's team, there's already a player who's graduated from the community school of Auchterarder.
Yeah, Ailey Sinclair, who's I think number 23. Yeah, number 23. Ailey came from Auchterarder, and she'll be probably come on the wing in the second half.
Now, if you're watching us, wherever you're watching us around the world, send us a wee tweet at Scotland Team to let us know where you're watching. As I said earlier, you're most welcome. The second part of our doubleheader tonight is Scotland under 20 versus France under 20. That game kicks off at 8 p.m. UK time. That's the half-time entertainment concluded from Hillhead Jordanhill, Angus and Auchterarder. And as I say, terrific to see them involved. So second half, Mary, coming up of the Scotland Women International. What do you think Scotland Women need to do? They're trailing 7-0. What would be your ideas at this point?
I think we need to get the ball out of our own half. So Scotland have played a lot within their own half and within their own 22, and just getting some territory and putting the pressure back on the French. We've been really clinical at the breakdown, and they're putting a lot of pressure on, especially around the ruck area on the 9. So just keeping that up and just trying to get the ball wide to our wingers and see what they can do out in the width. So
I think, as you say, the one of the I suppose encouraging things is they've been really combative at breakdown. They've disrupted the French scrum half, Laure Sansous, quite a lot. But when they've had just that sort of inkling of possession or a toehold within the French danger zone, they've not been able to retain ball.
Yeah, so that last pass either hasn't gone to hand or the players got isolated and France have turned the ball back over. So I think it's just really important to keep ball. You can't win rugby without having the ball. So it doesn't matter how well we defend. We just need to get ball, keep it, and get into the French half.
France women have won 2 of their Six Nations games thus far as they retake the field. They defeated Italy and Ireland. Last time out they lost to Wales in Wales. Scotland women still looking for their first win of the Six Nations campaign. Any optimism, any signs of optimism, Mary?
I think watching the game so far, it's 7-0 at half time. They've got a lot of opportunity to come back, and they'll have gone in at half time with their heads up. They've played very well, so just keeping that up and just keeping the French out.
So let's see. It looks to me as if Scotland women unchanged at half time, do we think?
Yeah, I can't see any changes at the moment.
That suggests that France women might have made a change at half time.
Yeah.
So indeed Scotland have made a change at half time. Tracy Balmer, a former Scotland women's captain, has replaced Heather Lockhart at prop. And France in fact are unchanged, we are advised. And it's Andayi immediately looking to truck up ball. It was a good tackle by Wassell. Jemma Forsyth and Karen Dunbar in on the tackle as well. France looking to attack through the very patriotically clad Pauline Rezac
that's
with a headgear.
A charge down there by Lisa Thomson, and Scotland got ball back.
Jenny Maxwell caught by Lindsey Smith. Here's Jade Conkle. Conkle will go forward, that's for sure. Maxwell. Again, crashing ball forward. Scotland fighting to win that ball on the deck. Maxwell to Lana Skeldon. Skeldon through one tackle. Support from Lindsey Smith behind her. Maxwell feeds Sarah Law. Sarah Law.
This is the new player, Tracy Balmer.
Tracy Balmer. Here's Lisa Martin. Lisa Martin to Lisa Thomson. Thomson to Megan Gaffney. Gaffney didn't quite post that cleanly, but she gets it back. Taken on by Karen Dunbar. Maxwell. Sarah Law.
Yeah, unfortunately Sarah not getting clean ball there, and she's just had to take it in and clear it up.
France through very quickly, putting pressure on Jenny Maxwell. Scotland having to start all over again. Now, it's a penalty and halfway. What are you doing here, Mary?
Second time.
Do you think?
I think they're probably going to, it looks as if they're going to kick for touch. That's Sarah Law's coming up to take it.
Sarah Law, who had a very good touch finder just the latter stages of the first half. We could do the same again here. Right-footed.
Oh no,
well, I was going to say curse to the commentator there, but we just about got away with that. Welcome Christine Tweedy. Christine has tweeted us at Scotland team. She's watching from France tonight, but no suggestion of a foot in both cabs even, because she's supporting her niece Emma Wassell. Emma, who's been doing some sterling work in the line out for Scotland tonight. Let's see how she can do here. Lana Skeldon throwing in. And it's retrieved. Lana quickly round to tidy up. Close to the touchline, but Scotland women have ball. Jenny Maxwell, Sarah Law. Sarah Law, big wind-up pass. Lisa Martin doesn't quite go to anybody. Scotland women have already conceded 30 metres there. And I rather think they've done well to repest that. Karen Dunbar did tigerish work there.
Yeah, Karen doing exceptionally well to clean up and keep ball.
And it's Lindsey Smith making a metre. Lisa Martin in support. Maxwell, Jade Conkle on the inside pass. Conkle 2-3 metres forward, always going forward, Jade Conkle. Sarah Law, Lisa Thomson. Scotland having to commit a lot of bodies to that breakdown though. Nice flat pass. Here's Lana Skeldon. Skeldon beats one tackle. Ball's there. Ah! Emma Wassell tidies Sarah Law. Maxwell again. That's a good offload. Conkle spills it though.
Yeah, we've just lost ball there.
And Sansu
That's a great kick by the French 9.
kicks away. Chloe Rollie. That's a high tackle. Referee playing advantage on what should be a foul play penalty.
I'm sure Jenny's in there digging for the ball and
Feeds to
I think that's
Lisa
Lisa Thompson
Thomson.
there.
Tackle by Megan Gaffney.
Oh, keep coming, Blue, keep coming.
French kicking a wee bit more this half. Here's Chloe Rollie. Rollie kicks ahead, finds a wee bit space. That's a great kick from Chloe Rollie.
Yeah, she's just gained 40 metres there. Fantastic kick by Chloe. We'll be looking to put some pressure on the French now.
Amo Wheelo has tweeted us at Scotland Team. Thanks for your comments, Amo. Great to be able to access the women's matches from Dublin, she says. So we've had a viewer in Dublin, a viewer in France. There must be somebody watching from further afield. Tweet us at Scotland Team and let us know, and we'll give you a wee name check if we can. This line out, won by France. Sansu bundled into touch.
Great pressure there by Scotland, and I think that's Tracy Bammer on the tackle there, and we've regained possession in a great position in the French half.
Tracy Bammer perhaps with a point to prove, having started this game on the bench. She was in the starting lineup for the first 2 games of the Six Nations, an experienced campaigner. Tracy from the Worcester club, where she's coached by Scotland's most capped player of all time, women's rugby's most capped player of all time, Donna Kennedy. Oh well.
Unfortunately, just not straight there by Lana.
Not straight from Lana Skeldon. The referee seemed to be very sympathetic in the first half to line out not straights, but not on that occasion.
Yeah, she certainly picked up on that one.
Previous prop was on a warning. Okay, the warning will still stand.
Anyway, an opportunity still for Scotland women. They're some 30 to 35 metres out from the France women line. We've played 6.5 minutes in this second half here at Broadwood Stadium in Cumbernauld. France women leading by 7 points to 0. But you just sense if Scotland women could manufacture a score of some description, that it would be game on here.
Yeah, it would be a different game altogether. If we could get some points on the board and heads will come up, and those passes aren't quite going to hand, they'll go to hand.
And bring the crowd into the game as well.
Yeah, it's gotten quite quiet here in the second half.
Even from the group of theatrical clad French supporters.
I think that's them now.
Andayi, Sansu onto the right foot. Chloe Rollie scurrying back. That's a good kick from the French scrum half.
Yeah, certainly that's something the French didn't do at all in the first half, but in the first 7 minutes here they've kicked quite a lot, so maybe they've changed their game plan at half time.
Yeah, good territory there for the French. So pressure on Lana Skeldon. Has to find their jumpers. It's Emma Wassell in front jumping position for Scotland, with Debs McCormack from the Richmond club immediately behind her. Debs McCormack wins ball.
That's a great take.
Jade Conkle. Oh dear. Lisa Thomson needs a chase here. Got to make the tackle. Knock on. Oh well, the referee's saying it went forward from Scotland.
Yeah, I think that's just come off Chloe Rollie's hand.
And it's Julie Annery, who, as I say, has probably been the pick of the French side thus far.
Advantage over.
Great tackle by Jade Conkle in midfield. Ménager posts the ball. It's going wide here on a short ball from Poublin. Sansu feeds again. Bit of pace onto the ball. Good tackle
Yeah,
from
good
Lisa
tackle there by
Thomson
Lisa.
on the French standoff. Imar. French back row in concert now. Andaï and Resac. It's a bit more up the jumper from the French forwards. They've tried to play a bit more territory as well. That's Ménager again. Post ball. Tracy Balmer through very quickly onto Sansu.
Yeah,
Is the
great
ball held
pressure.
up there?
Last foot wide.
Pick up again by Andaï. Slow possession though. Scotland chopping low. Sansu organising. Le Petit General at scrum half there. Taken on now by the French tight head. Karakaburu. Sansu to Andaï. Andaï to Annery. Annery beats 2 tackles. Held up though.
Great
Jenny
tackle.
Maxwell. She's just a metre short.
Come here, please. White.
Referee awards a penalty
Wait.
against Tracy Balmer, I think.
You need to roll away, please.
And it's a yellow
Oh.
card for Tracy Balmer.
I think Tracy just not rolling
Just
away
wait,
there
just
and
wait, just wait.
deliberately slowing down the ball. So it'll be 10 minutes in the bin for her.
Well, it's a crucial period of the game. France scoring their first half try
Blue 6.
through a 5 metre scrum, which disintegrated, and unfortunately the penalty try was awarded. So the scrum will be hard to defend here. France women making a change. Letitia Grand, a great name for a forward, replacing Pauline Rezac, and Scotland will have to go to their bench as well to replace Tracy Balmer.
That sounds like as if it might be Lisa Robertson.
So Lisa
coming
Robertson coming on from Murrayfield Wanderers.
I'm on, please.
Lisa Robertson, and it'll be a back row forward who'll have to go off, I guess.
At the same time, please, Mary. White 6. 6 is coming off.
Is it Karen Dunbar who's going off? No,
All good there, yeah?
Karen's still there.
We are. Your mark's going to be the 5 metre line. Step off, please.
I think it's Jemma Forsyth.
It's
number
Jemma Forsyth,
6
the
that's come
blind
off.
side, who's gone off. Yeah, you see her just disappearing
On bind.
out the top of the screen.
Yeah, big scrum here for Scotland now.
Crouch.
Big scrum, watched on by Rugby Scribbler, who's tweeted us in rural Catalonia. There we go, a viewer in Spain. French in control here. The ball at the feet of
Oh, and
Andaï,
another penalty try has been awarded.
and our Irish referee has awarded another penalty try. The law wording on the penalty try is interesting. It's a try probably would have to have been scored, or scored in a more advantageous position from memory.
Drive them forward.
It's hard to argue against it, Mary, isn't it?
No, certainly there. It's just you see Scotland have wheeled round there, so yeah, there's no option really there apart from the penalty try to be awarded.
So Andaï celebrating the penalty try. We've played, we're in the 53rd minute here at Broadwood. France women's second try, second penalty try indeed, with an opportunity once again for Laura Dela to convert with a lazy swing. She does so. So 14-0 to the French women.
White 14 and white 9 off, please. 14 and 9.
Yeah,
14 and 9.
as I say, kind of hard to argue against, particularly with Scotland women down to 7 forwards. Interesting time to go for a close-up of the French substitutes.
For Scotland, coming off number 9, Jemma. She's replaced by number 21, Helen
Scotland
Nelson.
women going to their bench.
So
It's a new cap for Helen Nelson
She's replaced by number 23, Ellie
at
Sinclair.
scrum half. Helen from Edinburgh University. Also plays her club rugby for the Murrayfield Wanderers club. We'll hear a bit from Mary about Helen in a minute. And Ailey Sinclair, who was learned her rugby at the Community School of Auchterarder, scored a try against England women in the Six Nations match down in Darlington last year. Is also on, replacing Megan Gaffney. What can you tell us about Helen, Mary?
So we've known Helen for the last few years. She plays at Edinburgh Uni and sort of plays a 10 or 12, and just from looking how they've lined up there, she's come on at 12 and they've moved everyone in. So Lisa Martin's gone to 10 and Sarah Law to
scrum half.
scrum half now. So yeah,
Let's go in 8.
it's a big game for Helen, first cap. So it'd be really interesting to see what she brings. She's got a great running game, so it'd be great to see her put that into play now.
We saw Helen at BT Murrayfield earlier this season in the women's varsity match between Edinburgh University and St Andrews University, and Helen scored one of Edinburgh Uni's tries that day.
Yeah, I think she scored a few tries for the Uni this season. So this is her last year playing.
Don't step off.
Oh, it looks as if Lisa Thompson's coming in at flanker for this scrum, because we're one player down. It'll be
In
interesting.
fact, Lisa, I think, has gone into the second row.
Bind.
Oh no, has she? No, she
I
hasn't.
think
You're
she's
quite
on.
right. She's on the blind side
Blind.
flank. So Scotland women
Don't turn.
seeking to operate with an 8-woman pack there. So depleted in the backs,
Yeah,
but
there's first touch for Helen.
Helen Nelson makes yards on the first touch. France disrupting on the deck.
Advantage.
Referee ruling that the ball had gone forward. Yeah, we mentioned the result in the women's varsity match there. Did you see that game, Mary?
Yeah, I was there watching. I still wasn't able to play, but yeah, I was there watching. It was a great result for Edinburgh Uni. So they're hoping to keep building from that, and they have for over this season.
And there's a good few Edinburgh University players in the Scotland women's side, isn't there?
Yeah, there's certainly a few definitely in the backs.
Rhona Lloyd, for example.
Yeah, and Sarah Law is also Edinburgh Uni, and Lisa Martin, who's at 10 now, is Edinburgh Uni alumni, and works as part of at the university in the performance sport there. So a few representatives from the uni.
Okay, Scotland women's scrum a bit stronger there. It's taken on again by Helen Nelson. Sarah Law. Feards Lisa Robertson. Lisa crashes through that tackle of Letitia Grand.
Tackle assist, release.
It's picked up now by Ailey Sinclair.
Yeah,
Sinclair scragged.
just been
But I think from the reaction of the crowd, that must be a penalty. Indeed it is. Now, what are Scotland women going to do here? They need to keep possession.
yeah. We'll have to kick for touch here, and
So, it's Sarah Law for touch. First part of the job done.
now just get ball back from line out, and
You fancy a wee driving maul here, perhaps?
maybe wait and see how they set up, and
So
no,
let's have
maybe
let's have a look at the setup. There's Lisa Robertson. Lisa from a strong Borders rugby family. Her brothers won the
No more
Powder Hall
sprouts.
Sprint.
Yeah, we're okay. We're good. Yeah, she's the 9.
Pretty prolific try scorer at Gala too, her brother.
Mm.
Lana Skeldon throws in. Great take in the
Yeah.
middle. It's the driving maul. Jade Conkle has the ball at the back. Immediate penalty against the French loosehead. Jade Conkle still has the ball. Feeds to Sarah Law. Sarah Law.
It's a great take by
It's a
Helen.
great take by Helen Nelson in midfield. In goes Ailey Sinclair. Hands on the ball from the French. Here's Lisa Martin. Martin whips the pass out to Emma Wassell. Wassell inside to Lana Skeldon. Skeldon tackled just 5 metres short and loses the ball forward
Yeah.
into touch.
Unfortunately, just losing the ball there. It's
Captain, line out her scrum. Scrum.
I just wonder about the disruption of the driving maul from the French and the legality of that.
Yeah, there was certainly a French player offside to start, but I'm not sure how the others came in.
That was a lovely inside pass from Emma Wassell. However, Scotland are deep inside the French 22. We're coming up to the hour mark here at Broadwood in Cumbernauld. France women leading by 14 points to 0. The last time Scotland women won a match in the Six Nations was against the French at La Suède over on the east coast, close to Edinburgh. And if they could only get a score now, they would give themselves just that self-belief.
Yeah, I think so. This is a great opportunity. Look where they are. They've got a scrum. Well, it's French scrum, but it's a lot of pressure on the French, trying to get the ball away from their own 5-metre line. So I think if Scotland could score now, it'll change the game and change how they're playing altogether.
Remember, we're keen to hear from you tonight. You can tweet at Scotland Team. After the Scotland women match, we've also got the Scotland under-20s match. Scotland under-20 having defeated England with 4 cracking tries to 0 here at Broadwood in their opening match. And last time out having defeated Italy. They're on next. This scrum then, that's the French goalpost you can see in the background. Sarah Law poised to pounce. That's accidental offside. Thank you, referee. We have a scrum 5 to Scotland. Now, remember, Scotland women are still down to 14 players, having had Tracy Balmer sin-binned on the 50-minute mark. So what would you be doing here, Mary? Would you be putting Lisa Thomson into the scrum to make sure of a solid platform, or as solid as we can achieve?
Yeah, I think so. You'd maybe be looking to... Yeah, it looks like they have. They've put her back on the blind side. So just trying to secure ball, first things first job. And then probably looking to get it out. Certainly out and potentially crash it up at 12. But
there's an arty shot through the assistant referee's legs. Good strike from Lana Skeldon. Jade Conkle picks up. Sarah Law. Here's Lisa Martin. Martin to Helen Nelson. Not much rolling away in that tackle. Lisa Martin again. Wild pass. You just need a bit of composure on the ball, Maria.
Yeah, it's just really unfortunate ball didn't go to hand there. It was a great scrum and a great take from Helen in the centre and secured good ball, but just again that last pass just letting them down there.
What would be the ideal pass in that situation, do you think?
I think it needed to go out in front. It was just a little bit too far behind, and Lisa Thompson there was coming on at pace, and she just had to check her run and couldn't quite take it.
Are we okay?
Maybe a flatter pass to a player coming on at pace?
Yeah, I think so. Just an accurate pass out in front, and it'll give them time to attack that French line.
France going to their bench again.
I'm on.
Loosehead Lise Aracastre is leaving the field, and she's replaced by another member of the Toulouse club,
Practice here. There.
Dia Traore. There she is, number 17 for France.
I'm not going to coach you at every scrum.
So Scotland women going with a 7-woman pack here. I would think Tracy Balmer will be back shortly.
Yeah, there can't be much longer left on her sin bin.
Sin-binning, yeah.
Set. Hold.
Feed from Sansu. Nice pass.
Hold back.
Karen Dunbar trying to put pressure on. That's a good clearance.
Go for the quick line
Quick
out there
taken
by
from
Ailey.
Ailey Sinclair. It's charged down on Chloe Rollie, and the ball beats, I think, Jade Conkle into touch, so it should be a Scotland line out. But from
Okay,
being
thank you.
deep inside the French 22,
Number 3
and
white substitution.
composure
3 white.
required, Scotland women find themselves inside their own half.
Just hold her
As
there,
Tracy
please, Gavin,
Balmer
half
returns,
I think that's Anna Sodder coming on as well in the back row. I think she's on to replace Jemma Forsyth, who went off for
so
the
Jemma
front
Forsyth
row.
was off with a sin binning.
Blue
Yeah, so
Anna Stodder from the Saracens club. 2 Saracens players in the Scotland 23. Fiona Sim, the second row.
It looks as if Lindsey Smith's gone off and Tracy's come back on.
Gail,
Yes.
too many penalties. Next one goes to the bin. Okay? Too
So
many
Tracy
penalties.
Balmer, as the referee goes to her go-to penalty of side entry or popping in the scrum.
Yeah, it's another great kick by Sarah Law to find touch.
So Scotland have had a wee bit territory in this half. Let's see if they can
Numbers blue. Numbers blue.
get a wee bit continuity here and manufacture an opening.
Okay, hold on.
Referee not content with a gap at that line out. And she's free kicked the French for closing the gap. Sarah Law feeds. Lisa Martin, not the best of passes.
Ooh.
It's picked up. And Chloe Rollie goes on the outside. Rollie makes a mirror but is bundled into touch.
Yeah, that was a great pick up by Helen Nelson. Then out the back door to Chloe Rollie, who's found some space on the wing, but unfortunately has been bundled into touch.
Number 3 blue.
Again, just the accuracy of the
3
pass
blue sub.
forced the oncoming player to check.
Keep on you, please.
France making a change. Karabaru. Fluffed on that one again, sorry. French tight head is replaced, we're told, by a player wearing number 23. So we'll just check that for you. Julie Duval of the Overly Cayennes club. Good take.
Yeah,
And here's Chloe Rollie again.
that was a big hit on Chloe there.
Not quite presenting the ball in tackle. Scotland women, we think, still have it. Bit of side entry going on there.
Yeah, the French are trying really hard to disrupt the rucks now and stop Scotland getting any form of quick ball.
Sarah Law digging for that ball. Sarah again. Feeds on to Karen Dunbar. The passes are just a wee bit messy.
Leave it wide.
As I said, it's been chucking it down. That's a clever kick, forcing Ailey Sinclair to scramble back. She's down on the ball. Good hit by fullback Julie Beale. Laura Dela also there. But Scotland have this possession and trying to
Stay on your feet, Wise.
just
That's
make it a
fine.
wee bit easier for
No.
the clearance kick. Sarah Law directing traffic. Needs a clearance.
We're back.
Lisa Martin drops
Stay
the
on,
ball,
don't touch it, Wise.
hoofs it
That's
forward,
fine, she's onside.
and miraculously Lisa Robertson claims the ball. So Scotland still have it. Sarah Law again. Lisa Martin take 2. And that's a much better exit this time.
Yeah, there was a few hairy moments there, but luckily we've got ball
Marked.
out into touch.
Okay.
Take some pressure off.
We've got 15 minutes remaining, Mary. What do you think realistically we can look for from a home perspective
number
in
9,
the remaining
don't tackle
15
the 9.
minutes?
Okay.
I think just getting ball back down into the French
Okay,
half
hold
and
her there,
keeping it. We've had better territory
Time off.
in the first part of this half, but we're just not able to keep ball. So
15.
yeah, just trying to make those passes go to hand and protect the ball.
France going to their bench again. Camille Cabalou from the Bayonne club, replacing fullback Julie Beale.
Don't leave us.
So throw in from the French captain Gail Mignon. France rumbling forward.
Hold Wise.
Sansu feeds. Here's Anna-Ree. She would be my player of the match.
Yeah, she's certainly been very prominent.
Into the backs now. Outside centre. Godiveau. Looks like it might have gone forward there. And Chloe Rollie just shepherds that ball into touch. Here's this French attack.
No, not quite sure what happened there, but
In any event, Scotland still in their own 22, trying to find a means of making some territory. Line-out's been, I was going to say, by and large, a decent source of possession. Sorry. Oh,
yeah.
it's through the middle from the French forwards. The menacing presence of Andayi hovering at the back of the breakdown, looking for a pick-up. Bammer making the tackle there. This is looking ominous, Murray.
No, Tracy's trying her hardest to get out there, but
good work by Emma Wassell, halting that advance. De La goes to scrum half. Here's Andayi to Anari. Anari caught by Lisa Robertson. That's the Scotland women try line there. France trying to work the ball clear. They do so. Good tackling again. Good close range defence. TMO, says referee O'Reilly of Ireland.
yeah, there's some good defence there by Scotland, but just so much pressure there by the French forwards, and it'll be interesting to see what happens here.
So TMO, for those of you who weren't with us in the first half,
Charles, can you hear me?
TMO Charles
Yep,
Sampson,
I've got you, Helen. Can you hear me?
who hails from Fife.
Helen, you got
Charles was
Charles,
called
can you hear
upon
me,
once
please?
in the first half and adjudicated no try
Yes,
to
Helen, I've
the
got
France women at the other end after Anna Ree had gone
me?
over.
Helen, can you hear me?
Are we seeing a clear grounding there again?
I'm
As
not
so
quite
often
sure.
with
I
these
can't hear
TMO
him.
decisions,
Can you ask him, is there
It-
any
it
reason?
depends-
Another word to try, please.
it depends on
Yeah,
what
I've got that,
question is
Helen.
asked.
Stand by.
That looks as if it's been
It looks as if
grounded, but has Sarah Law got her hand underneath?
yeah, she's certainly got a hand to ball. I'm not sure if she's got right under it or not.
Don't think we're seeing very much from that angle.
I
This
think
is
this is the
probably
view.
the best angle, isn't it? Maybe.
Okay, stand by, Helen.
I think
I
that's a
suspect
try
that might
there.
be a try.
Yeah, and it's the
Okay,
French
Helen, can you
women's
hear me?
player
I
with
can hear you,
the
Charles.
You may
grey
award the
scrum
try.
cap,
May award the try.
Yep,
who
no problem.
Mari is going to identify for us.
No, I'm not. I can just see a scrum cap. That's about it.
Yeah, I think that referee O'Reilly has awarded that try, and we'll get our producer, who's looking very flummoxed, onto the case on identity. We have an injury here.
Yeah, it looks as though
which,
French player's in a bit of trouble. but
Yeah, we'll obviously let you know as soon as we can the extent of that injury to the French women.
I think it's for the scrum.
And secondly, offers number 5, Roland Managni, and she's replaced by number 18, Celine Ferrer.
So this conversion attempt for France's third try, and I think this is our friend Laura Dela, Tarb winger. So she miscues. 11 minutes remaining, and France women have scored their third try, their first, as it were, in open play, and lead 19-0, and we're still working on the identification of that French women try scorer. I can tell you that France women have made 2 further changes, gone to their bench once more. Laure Sansou, the scrum half, has been replaced by Yana Rivo-Alain, and Roma Ménager, the second row, has been replaced by Celine Ferrer. We'll do no Rich jokes there, or Ferrero Rocher jokes from the Bayonne club.
Hands on.
Penalty to Scotland at the breakdown. Sarah Law to touch here, do you think, Mary?
Yeah, I think so. Just get some more territory, secure ball again, and try and build it from there, really.
Sarah Law it is. She finds touch, 6 or 7 metres out from the French line. So the French try scorer, I reckon, was their number 4, Audrey Forlani of the Saint-Laurent club, given the scrum cap that we just caught a glimpse of there. Lana Skeldon thrown to this attacking lineup for Scotland. Jade Conkle at the front for Scotland women, with Emma Wassell, and it's Deb McCormack this time. Here goes Lisa Thomson, but again Scotland women have lost 20 metres since the line out, 6 or 7 metres out. Attacking the narrow side now, Lisa Martin. Martin feeds Jade Conkle. Conkle through 2 or 3 tackles, presents the ball. Sarah Law, that's a better pass. Offload there from Tracy Bammer to Karen Dunbar. Dunbar rolls in contact. Sarah Law feeds again, eventually. Here we go, Lisa Martin. Martin, short ball to Emma Wassell.
I think that was Deb
Deb McCormack,
McCormack,
but
a big
it's-
hit there in
yeah.
her.
And France now have a chance to counter-attack. Side entry at that breakdown. It's fed out by Rivoala. Tackle in midfield, maybe looked a wee bit high from Lisa Robertson. Rivoala again. To the 10, that's a great tackle.
Great tackle by
Lisa Martin there. That was good gutsy stuff from the Scotland captain. And the crowd doing their best to rouse Scotland women for a finale here inside the final 10 minutes. It was a big tackle by Lisa, and she's just feeling it a wee bit.
Yeah, Lisa really puts her body on the line in defence. She's small, but she's strong, and she's really brave in the contact here, and it's just shown there.
France replacing their captain, Gail Mignot, departing the field at hooker. And she is replaced by another player from the Saint-Laurent club. That's Manon Bigot. Manon Bigot coming on at hooker for France women. Remember, an opportunity to tweet us your messages at Scotland Team, and we'll give you a wee shout out if we can. Coming up next, of course, the Scotland under-20 match against their French counterparts. 8 minutes to go here at Broadwood Stadium in Cumbernauld, as a round of applause for the injured French player departing. We will try and get an update on the condition of the French woman player before we go off air. One of our faster members of our production team is, even as we speak, leaping to attention, off to get a bulletin from the French medical team, and we do hope that the French woman player is well.
So yeah, scrum here for Scotland, just outside the French 22, so I think really important attacking position here.
Susie Heck has tweeted us to tell us that Cormac is loving the game. Thank you, Susie.
Okay, reset.
Susie Heck's another Scotland woman player of old, I think.
Yeah,
Mary?
she is a Scotland prop. She's just recently had a baby, actually. So I think she's coming back to play rugby soon.
So what do you think the chances are that Cormac is a whippersnapper?
I think it potentially could be,
Yeah. I thought you were going to say Susie Hex is old there. I was
No,
going
of course
to
not.
chide you for that.
Shout to 11.
Susie Hex is not old, ladies and gentlemen.
Here.
Officially. This sounds like another substitution for Scotland women. That's Fiona Sim coming on for Deborah McCormack, wearing number 19 jersey. And Lauren Harris from the Melrose club replaces Rhona Lloyd. That's a hard call on Rhona, who's really not had much ball.
No,
But good to see Lauren getting a run.
no, definitely. I think she's been out she was out for the Italy game, taking a bit of a knock, so it's good to see her back.
Solid scrum. Jade Conkle picking up on the blind side. Conkle bravely tackled by Yana Riovalin. Sarah Law digging right through the ruck. Comes French try scorer Audrey Forlani. And a bit of classic disruption there. Scotland having to go back to work and do it all again.
No, the France are trying really hard to disrupt the breakdown. And
Here's Lana Skeldon. Skeldon, could we have a bit rolling away, please? Sarah Law, I'm afraid, taking too long to get rid of that ball. And again, France through Rivo Alain. Rivo Alain's been a ball of fire since she came on, hasn't
Yeah,
she?
she has. She's really brought a different physicality to the game there as the new scrum half. And
That's what you look to from your bench, a bit of energy.
yeah, she's changed the game at the breakdown, and looks as if France have stolen ball.
Yeah, good steal there from Manon Bijot.
Another great kick.
Oh, oh. Scotland again losing territory. And it would be great to give this crowd here at Cumbernauld something to enthuse over in terms of points from Scotland women. We've got just over 5 minutes to go. If I were the stadium announcer at this point, Mary, I'd be doing the, come on crowd, get behind the Scotland women.
Yeah, a bit of a Mexican wave going, or yeah.
15, Lucille De Vivo, and she's replaced by number 21, Camille Dogel.
Instead of which, France go to their bench once again, and Camille Boudon of the Stade Rennais club.
Yeah, just an accidental offside there by France, so Scotland have got the scrum in the put-in.
Is now on the field. It's alright, Mary. We're talking over each other all the time, we're fine. You're quite right, we should talk about the game. Here we go then. It's scrum time inside French territory. That rain, I guess, hasn't helped the handling, but no player would use that as an excuse, would they?
No, I think playing in Scotland, you should be pretty used to it by now. But
we have a penalty for some scrum misdemeanour or another from Irish referee Helen O'Reilly. And it's France women standoff Camille Imar, who's had a very tidy game tonight. She's benefited from the better of possession.
yeah, I think so. Certainly, France have been playing a lot with their forwards and just creating that space for the 10 in the back to play.
So line out. Going highest is Celine Ferrer. Ball goes back, says Madame O'Reilly. And good tackling there. Karen Dunbar stuck to her task well.
Yeah, Karen's one of those players that she goes out and she does her job well every time, and you see her and she's in almost every ruck. No, she's had a great game.
It was French right winger Coralie Bertrand. I wonder if she's any relation to Roland Bertrand. You remember Roland Bertrand, Mr. Producer? He nods sagely. Hannigan House are watching the Scotland team tonight, all the way from Ontario, Canada, or this afternoon I should say. My daughter is at the game with her rugby tour team, says Hannigan House. Hope they're having a grand time on their tour of Scotland. You're almost welcome as Chloe Rollie chases Laura Della. France seeking to counter from their own 10-metre line. Ailey Sinclair making a good tackle too. France. That's a good pass from Rivo Alain. I've been really impressed with Rivo Alain since she took the field. Yana Rivo Alain. Remember that name. I think we'll see a bit more of her in French colours. Here she is again, onto the narrow side. France making space. This is looking very dangerous. Camille Cabalou feeds to Julie Duval. And Julie Duval, that's a terrific try for France women, to be fair.
Yeah, great there. Just started there from the breakdown, and their 9 just drew a player and got it out wide, and from there, it just the offloads and ball away, and yeah, great attack by the French.
Watch the use of the narrow side here. Lovely pass from the substitute 9. Great pass from Poublin, and then an offload in the tackle.
Yeah, it was a good hit there by Sarah Law, but the French just able to get ball away, and they had the support to get in and score.
It was good rugby.
Good French rugby there, yeah.
Some lovely sleight of hand. Good offload in the tackle there. And there goes Julie Duval, who came on as a replacement prop, but showed a nice fleetness of foot there to round off that attack. We're into the final minute here at Broadwood Stadium in Cumbernauld. Once again, it's been a tale of encouraging elements for Scotland women, but they've not just been able to string it together where it mattered most. It's a nice attempted conversion from Laura Della, but it goes astray. Scotland women trailing 24-0 against their French counterparts, and we've 30 seconds to go. Well, let's see what Scotland women can do with what we hope will be their final kick-off of the night.
Yeah, it should be final play almost. Be interesting to see what we can do from here.
It's Sarah Law with the kick-off. The ball trickles into touch.
No, that was a good kick there. Just hung it on the 10, but unfortunately no one could take it, and it looks as though we have a French line out.
Yeah, French line out. The French hooker checking the call.
Straight, sir.
And it's collected by Celine Ferrer. And I'm pleased to be able to report that the French woman player who departed the field on a stretcher and with a precautionary neck brace has a chest injury. So that's encouraging news. As referee O'Reilly blows the whistle for no side here at Broadwood. Scotland women, as I say, sticking in gamely, particularly combative around the fringes, but when it came to continuity, denied really any continuity. France women making their strength at close range scrimmage tell, with 2 penalty tries either side of half time, and then decent tries through Audrey Forlani again from close range, and then a bit of widespread for Julie Duval. 4 tries for France women, winning by 24-0. Mary, your overall assessment of the Scotland women performance tonight?
I think a lot of positives for Scotland to take from this. Certainly in the first half they were really clinical in defence, clinical at the breakdown, and they stopped the French getting out wide, and that showed by the tries that the French scored were off, again as you say, short range, off the scrum. And then just unfortunately in attack we just couldn't really keep ball, and that's what's letting them down at the moment. So just important to work on that and try and keep possession and get some territory.
The voice of Mary Grieve, Scotland women's scrum half during last season's Six Nations. Mary, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your company tonight. Remember, don't go away. We'll be on air shortly before 8 p.m. UK time for Scotland under 20 versus France under 20. Thank you.